Emergency crew rescues sex doll after mistaking it for a drowning woman. Can't look at that on stream, but I'm going to look at that over here right now. It was reported by a YouTuber, Natsuki Tanaka, who believed she was witnessing a real-life rescue. While filming a fishing video, I thought a dead body floating in the water had washed up, but it was a blow-up doll. I don't think I can show this on stream, but if this is how they rescue people, they need to work on their procedure. To paint you a picture, the rescue crew is lifting up the body with a rope. It's literally, they have her in a noose. And they're lifting it out of the water. And I guess at this point they still believed it was a person. That has to be the most counterintuitive way of rescuing somebody. They thought it was a dead person? Yeah, but even still, like, it doesn't take a whole lot to realize that dead bodies decompose. They could have just ripped the fucking head off of that thing. So even if it was a dead body, that is an extremely inefficient way of getting it out of the water. You should look at the video of the granny that got airlifted if you want another great rescue. That one is a timeless classic. I do like that one a lot. She survives, so this one's got a happy ending, and she was totally fine, but yeah, this one is great. This is one of the better rescues I've seen. They had her wound up like a fucking Beyblade. I bet she really enjoyed the ride, though. It's like a carnival ride. Yeah, it's only just begun. She hasn't reached the G-forces that will kill you, but she gets close. This is the kind of training astronauts go through. I can just imagine, like, them looking down at her and laughing. Like, you can't help it, right? Like, you recognize the goofiness of the situation. She's probably not having any fun. Oh, God. She's about to travel back through time. It's like a laundry machine when you put a brick in it. The G-forces are too much. Oh, God. Yeah, they just fly away in shame. They never actually get her on board, I don't think. And according to reports, she was totally fine, but I have to imagine that maybe she died here and they're just covering their ass. Yeah, that's one of my favorite rescues. That's like a rescue out of GTA RP. Like if you get a really inexperienced hospital worker that picks you up and they just kill you on the way. Can she feel that? I think so. I think she was there for a broken leg. I think it was a hiking trail and she broke her leg on it. So, I mean, it's not like she was knocked out. She was just there getting fucking spun around. On the world's most extreme merry-go-round. You should play the video with newscaster audio. Is there a video with newscaster audio? I don't think I've ever heard it.
Efforts to rescue an injured hiker in Arizona took a dramatic turn. That's a key word on Tuesday. A spokesman for the Phoenix Fire Department said a 75-year-old woman was being airlifted when the basket carrying her began to spin out of control. Officials say a line used to prevent
it doesn't get old.
Not function properly.
The spin is just so comical. Yeah, it sounds about par for the course. Is that the audio or do they have real-time audio? Like, do they have like a newscaster that was watching this unfold live and they're like, oh my god, Jesus Christ.
We trained for it. We did a couple
of... The training paid off, for sure.
To help stop it, mitigate it, and be able to eventually get her into the basket. They tried to stop some of the spin with the line that Paul was referring to. But that didn't work, and it actually eventually broke, so we brought it down again, brought it back up, hoping some of the spin would lessen, which it didn't, obviously. So the next...
I feel like it gets faster every time I watch it. I imagine it's going so fast that it started to throw off the helicopter's balance. It's like matching the speed of the blades. She sued for $2 million and won. 74-year-old woman files $2 million claim. Hey, good for her. I mean, you get to go on a little amusement park ride, the little spinning teapots, and you get $2 million? I mean, that's a fucking deal. Good for her.
See this.
For the Phoenix Fire Department,
oh, here we go.
A typical rescue that quickly spun out of control.
It's just really going fast now.
Inside that hoist basket, picking up speed, was 74-year-old Cataline Metro, the injured hiker suddenly on a rescue ride that her husband thought could cost her her life.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's dead or alive.
Watching from the ground with stunned...
But one thing was for sure, she was having fun.
150 times. For 2 minutes, her husband says she fought to stay conscious as crews struggled to slow the basket.
You know, her only first thing she said, I'm glad I'm alive, because she thought she was going to die.
Tonight, Cataline Metro back on the ground after the rescue
that sounds about right.
Of a lifetime.
It's beginning to feel a lot like Florida with the story we're about to talk about right now. A police officer in Maryland was cheating on his wife, and he was making out with his mistress in public, while on the job, while across the street from a playground that had children actively playing on it. And then after they were done exchanging saliva and smooching, they go into the back of the squad car together. And I'll be honest with you, sports fans, I don't think they were going back there for a game of chess or to exchange any kind of information, unless we're talking about genetic information. I'm pretty sure they were steaming ham back there, engaging in a little coitus. The whole situation is downright diabolical. Not only were they shamelessly making out in public for all to see while the officer was on the job, but then they go back into the squad car together to fuck, while they are parked across the street from a playground that has kids actively playing on it. It's so yucky. Now, I went over it on stream, so I'll play some of those clips, but there is actually a lot of developments from this story. So the officer has been suspended for this, and his wife actually posted on Facebook when she was made aware of this whole situation, and the woman that the officer was cheating on his wife with actually came forward and said, "I've done nothing wrong. I'm going to continue living my life doing what I'm doing. In my heart, in his heart, I know that I've done nothing." He knows, Paula being his wife, "I've done nothing wrong. God is my higher power." God has abandoned you after this act of sin. You broke 11 of the 10 commandments with this act alone. You got your donut glazed by a married man on the job, in public, in front of children. That is downright diabolical. And you have the gall to say that you did nothing wrong? Mind-blowing. Now, she did say more about this situation, which I'll get to in a moment, but I want to play you the footage first so you can be caught up to speed on the lore here on what unfolded. But, again, in a nutshell, basically, she got her spaghetti meatballed by a married officer on the job in the back of their squad car, in public, middle of the day, across from a playground that actively had children playing. It is gross.
See here from last night are being investigated. Appears to show the uniformed officer
paid vacation.
Then both
Yeah.
get in the back seat. You can see here of this cruiser. Now a man taped it all with his phone at a neighborhood park right next to Oxon Hill High School.
What the fuck? Why there? He slabbed up outside of a high school to have sex with her in his car. What a weirdo. I still love that everything addresses X as formerly known as Twitter, or just straight up Twitter. Such a disastrous idea to try and change it to fucking X of all things. I was like, oh my god, there's kids around here at the time, and all the time, and he didn't care, and it was not dark. He doesn't respect the uniform, he doesn't respect the police car, I can't believe that. FOP89 has been made aware of the videos circulating on the internet. We have no information as to the investigation of the videos or the officer involved, as that's handled by the department's Internal Affairs Division. We ask that our officer be given the same consideration that any other person would ask for, and that you reserve judgment until all the facts are known and videos are put into context. He is on video making out, literally like sucking the lips off of her face, and then they go into the back seat of his police cruiser. What do you think happened back there? They didn't just go back there to keep smooching. What the fuck do you mean? In what context? What context? It's all just right there. He's just openly making out with her in public across the high school. Across from the high school. He was investigating her mouth. Yeah, I guess she had a bomb in her pussy. And his cock was the only thing that could defuse it. He actually ended up saving the whole school. It's like a speed situation, and you had to keep your thrusts above 4 pumps per second in order to keep the bomb from going off in her vagina. That's a crime, right? Like 100%? Having sex in broad daylight outside of a high school? Like, I guess you're in your car, but it's not like it's private. You're still in front of the high school in public having sex. Body cam footage? Oh wait, yeah. They need to release the body cam footage. Maybe that'll be all the context we need. Perhaps it was some kind of deep sting operation and they go into the back seat in order to exchange information or something. I don't know. I really want to see the body cam footage now. We need the context. Can't find where to get Critical's comics at. Oh, badegg.co. First OnlyFans with police POV. That would be big. Well, since he got suspended, so maybe he will need to turn to OnlyFans now. Let me see what the rest of the report says.
Arlette, and this is not his first suspension. Now, the incident happened right here in this parking lot at South.
Not his first suspension. Is it for the same thing? How many times does he fuck women on the job in his patrol car outside of a school?
This viral video. A Prince George's County police officer appears to be kissing a woman. Then they both get into.
What do you mean appears to be? Hold on, let me get the unblurred version. What do you mean appears to be? It's not like they were just like pulling a quarter out from behind her ear or something. Like, that was the sloppiest makeout session ever. That's like 15 brewskis deep at a dive bar, and you're like blurred making out with someone and just slobbering all over them. Where's the non-blurred version? Because that leaves nothing to the imagination. He was conducting an oral swab. Yeah. You can even hear kids playing. God, that's fucking revolting. Now that you've seen the evidence here, which is pretty substantial evidence, let's go back into more of what she said. Luckily, she was kind enough to explain that this was not a one-night stand. She said, that's the main story, that this isn't a little thing. Of course, since he's a police officer, it looks bad. But I just want people to understand that this was not a one-night stand. I just love that that's her priority. Like, this is the number one thing she's addressing. Like, okay, listen, everyone. You know, stop all this hoopla. I'll set the record straight. This is not a one-night stand. We've actually been seeing each other for multiple years now behind his wife's back. You know, so get that straight. I'm tired of rumors circulating. The most important thing is to know that this is not a one-night stand. In fact, he cheats often with me. And I guess publicly, too. What's so exciting? He's a cop. I'm a civilian. We got caught. It sucks, but this will pass. She also has a kid of her own, and she just doesn't seem to care about this at all. She's reacting to this the same way I react to finding out I'm out of ketchup. Just like a, geez, darn, oh well. Like, I would have expected something a little more here. Also, this isn't the first time the officer was suspended. In 2016, he was indicted for child abuse after he allegedly spanked a girlfriend's 3-year-old son so much that the boy lost consciousness. But then it was later ruled that the allegations were unfounded. But the mistress here said that the incidents in this current scandal don't get in the way of her feelings for the officer. Now, you know, I don't think you needed any more evidence that this might not be a good guy. But I think this is an important little tidbit of lore to have around this officer. But yeah, I just found this to be a pretty wacky story here that I wanted to talk about a little bit. That's it. So yeah. Did you see about the police officer that drove into a restaurant and arrested the owner? He crashed his car through the restaurant? 2 videos, lots of questions after police SUV crashes into St. Louis bar. Owner arrested. Man, what? You're under arrest for putting this restaurant in the front of my SUV cruiser. You're in violation. Sounds like a Looney Tunes trap, like Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner, where they paint like a tunnel on a wall and then just crash into it. 2 videos shared on Tuesday by an attorney for a South St. Louis bar owner show a police SUV crashing into the bar, and part of the aftermath that led to the bar owner being arrested on charges of assault and resisting arrest. Oh, so the charges were separate from the crash. So this guy was just scooting in sideways like an action movie scene. The videos clear up some questions about what happened early Monday outside of the bar. Bar PM, popular gay bar in the city's Carondale neighborhood. I'm sure I butchered that name. But they produced several more. The bar's co-owner, Chad Morris, was charged with 3rd-degree assault and misdemeanor resisting arrest after the crash. Police claimed he pushed an officer and ran from them. Let's see what the footage... Oh my god. It is impossible to use the internet without an ad block these days, but I can't go on these websites with one on anymore. Oh, wow. Okay. Alright. He didn't even really... Man. I can't even rewind the video because I'm getting another ad. He didn't even get far into the restaurant. This is like an advertisement for whoever makes that door threshold, like the door frame. Fucking blocked a full-speed police SUV. He bounced off of it. What is that made out of? Titanium? Adamantium? Like, look at this. It actually bounces the SUV back instead of crashing through the glass. That's impressive engineering. What a good build. So did the officer explain why he tried to crash through the front of the restaurant? Because at first I thought it'd be an accident, but this is clearly deliberate. He made no attempt to slow down or anything, really, it doesn't seem like. He just zooms through like it's GTA Online. It's insane the car is flying, Cazelli said on Tuesday. If I did this, I would be cited. It's unclear why the SUV swerved. James Pence, Morris' husband and another co-owner of the bar, said police initially told them they had to swerve to miss a dog. Officers later recanted and said they swerved to miss a parked car, the same explanation that police gave reporters. This parked car? Brother, I got news for you. If you have to swerve to miss this parked car, you shouldn't be behind the wheel. It's a parked car on a road with literally nothing on it. This is like the road outside of Courage the Cowardly Dog's house. There is nothing here. So if you had to swerve to miss this, you're either drunk driving or a terrible driver. He's a hero, don't you get it? True, I guess. I didn't even think of that. This is quite the stunt. Though I guess he's already out of control. Like, for some reason, it looks like he's already lost control of the vehicle, because he is kind of beelining towards that car, so maybe he really did swerve to miss it. I don't know why he tried to throw in a dog excuse. But why is he already losing control of his vehicle? Police did not respond to multiple requests for more information about the incident and Cazelli's accusations. They denied a sunshine request for dashcam footage of the incident, citing an active investigation. Man, that dashcam's gonna go hard. This is the aftermath. Looks like all of the framing's made out of wood. That's some strong wood. Mahogany, no doubt. The door didn't even budge. Didn't even make it to the door. This fine hard wood stopped it. Didn't even break the glass on it. I read a bit further about this after stream just because I was extremely curious as to how the officers would explain crashing into the bar like this. Like it's some kind of Dukes of Hazzard moment. And there still isn't any real answers.
Mike and Kelly, we still really don't have many answers from police, and the bar owners say this was really scary for them. Their friends, however, have been very supportive, and tonight they supported them in the best way they knew how, which meant opening the bar, damages and all.
A power move reopening the bar in the condition that it's in. It's going to look like a bar out of the Fallout universe, but hats off to them for it. Now, initially they claimed that they arrested one of the owners after blasting through the wall like the Kool-Aid man because it was a situation where the owner was resisting arrest. The officer claimed that he had been struck by the owner, which caused him to be off balance, which gave him probable cause to arrest the owner.
Surveillance video shows a St. Louis police vehicle crashing into the front of the bar.
I was loud. I was very vocal. But I never did anything to make any officer feel like I was trying to harm them or anything. I wanted to know why there was a police vehicle sitting in my building.
Which I think is a pretty reasonable response given the situation. They apparently live above the bar, which means they would have heard this happen, and they probably assume they got hit by a fucking missile. So I think that is a perfectly warranted natural response given the circumstances. You're woken up to this loud explosion downstairs, you know, like, hey, Buster, what's going on? Why did you crash your vehicle into my business, bub? Come on. Jiminy Christmas. Like, you would have probably thought you got hit by a drone strike or something. And then you just see this SUV halfway through your business. Now, luckily they invested in some of the highest quality wood the fucking United States has ever seen, so it didn't get all the way through into the bar and like bust everything up. It was mainly just damage to the front. But even still, that's pretty scary and confusing, so it makes sense he would be loud.
Pence was briefly detained by officers at the very tense scene, but Morris was arrested, charged with multiple felonies, including assaulting a police officer and held without bond.
There's currently no evidence to confirm the officer's side of the story that he was assaulted by the owners or anything like that. and the charges that were brought against him initially have already been reduced, but the lawyer that's representing them isn't satisfied with just misdemeanor charges being on the table. He wants the whole thing dropped. He says this is a bunch of baloney. He says that they actually have a video that confirms that the police were the aggressors, and from a couple of the articles I read, they reference another video that doesn't show any type of physical confrontation between the owners and the officers. So if this video exists, it should help prove that the owners were not in the wrong in any way. The only thing that is confirmed is that the owners were yelling, which again I think is totally understandable, given an SUV just crashed into their building in the middle of the night, scaring the bejesus out of everybody. Yelling about your business being attacked by a police SUV out of nowhere like a jump scare is not grounds for an arrest. So the attorney on Twitter is saying that they have a video to confirm there was never any physical confrontation. From some of the articles I've read, there's other videos that exist that also don't show any kind of like assault on the officer or anything like that. Now, if you want my theory here, I think the officer was extremely embarrassed with his awful driving, and after hitting the building, immediately went into action movie mode. So the airbag deploys, blasts him in the face, maybe semi-concusses him, and then he's in a war zone in his brain at that point. So he pops open the door and does a combat rollout. He takes one knee, pistol drawn, he's got his service pistol out, analyzing the situation, and then all of a sudden the owners start yelling, and I think he was already in so deep that he felt like he needed to make an arrest or something. Like, that's what I think. I think it all stems from the shame of being such a dog shit driver that he ran into this fucking building. That's my theory. I don't think the owners assaulted the officer. I do think they were definitely yelling at him, which they had every right to do, but I don't think there was any actual assaulting of the officer here. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to cover this situation a little bit because that footage of the police SUV hitting like this mean drift into the building out of nowhere for no reason had me scratching my head wondering how everything's going to pan out from this point forward. That is probably the worst driver the police academy has ever put behind the wheel of a police vehicle, I've got to say. So yeah, just wanted to talk about this a little bit. That's really about it. Oh yeah, also, one more thing. Whoever built the front of that building really needs to capitalize off this situation and start saying like, hey, we were responsible for that super durable, super strong, indestructible build that blocked an SUV from getting through. Surgery is a very scary thing. You are literally putting your life into someone else's hands. And unfortunately, sometimes those hands aren't focused on the task. They're focused on doing some of this. And maybe even a little of this. And God forbid, Lord help us, sometimes even this. What I'm talking about today is the dancing doctor trend. It's kind of dwindled in popularity after some of the doctors participating in it lost their license because of it, which I think is justice served. And in fact, I think that's not far enough. I think if you are a doctor who is compromising the health of their patient because of this dancing trend that you did, you should probably face a little bit more than just the license being revoked. You literally put their life at risk for some clout. Like, that's not an exaggeration to say. Now, this was a bit of a viral trend for a little bit. It actually predates TikTok. It actually was before TikTok, where for some reason some doctors got it in their fucking noodle that this would be like a really quirky, fun marketing thing for their practice, and somehow didn't recognize that this would scare the shit out of people, because no one wants their doctor to be the zany goofball who's going to, fool around during very sensitive surgeries. Would stop to film TikTok videos of them dancing with like pieces of their patients in their hands and using it as props, or just generally dancing or filming skits while operating on a patient. Just imagine that nightmarish scenario. You're about to go unconscious from the anesthesia, and as your eyes are closing, you hear the tick-tock 3-second countdown. And when it hits 0, you just go straight to Valhalla. It's such a terrifying thing to think about because surgery is so sensitive. You don't need me to sit here and tell you how dangerous surgery can be. Obviously, if you've developed object permanence, you can fucking recognize that surgery is something that is not to be taken lightly. It's not small potatoes by any means. So when you're going under for a procedure, you would pray that all of the doctors there are on your team, there for you 100% to, fix whatever the problem is or whatever's going on there. But in this trend, it was the exact opposite. It's like they waited for the patient to go to sleep and turned that fucking operating room into a nightclub. Hey, is the idiot asleep? Perfect. Drop the disco ball, bring in the dancing lobsters. Jill, hit it. Where are my boner jams? We're filming a TikTok. And it led to some problems. Now, the one I want to focus on today is a video that actually was very popular a few years ago and is making the rounds again because there is a follow-up to this story that I'd like to get into after showing it to you.
Latoya Arsheen was among the first to see video of Dr. Wendell Boutte making an incision and mugging for the camera while the rap song Cut It played.
I don't want to get DMCA'd, so I'm not letting the song play, but you know how the song goes. You need to cut it. Little acapella for you.
That's Arsheen on the table. Cut It is your song, girlfriend. You did awesome. The photo release form is signed only by a member of Boutte's staff. Where Arsheen was supposed to sign is blank.
I feel disrespected on a lot of levels.
The song's playing here again while they're dancing with a portion of her flesh. This is actual Ed Gein type shit. This is diabolical. That's like something a Dark Souls boss would do. Use flesh as some kind of instrument. That is so disturbing. Like, I don't know what they were expecting with this video when they posted it. Like, did they think this would become like the official music video for Cut It or something going forward? Or like, I don't know how they thought this was a good idea and how they wouldn't get in trouble for it. Like, this is not what you would want your doctors to be doing while you're under. Because then you have to start to question, well, what else did they do that wasn't filmed? Like, I woke up from the surgery and my butt was a little sore. I'm questioning a lot of things now. Like, what's going on? Like, this is only what they filmed. Far more horrible things also could have been happening off camera. And even what happened on camera is unacceptable. It's just so fucked.
Do you think that's your flesh?
I think it is, with the Cut It, the remainder of the song.
Former patients have now come forward with complaints. Arsheen plans legal action not just about the video, but about her results.
How does your body look now?
Disfigured.
So according to her, her body is disfigured as a result of the surgery, and from what I can tell, many other complaints say the same thing, that they had less than stellar results. As you would probably guess if your doctor was more focused on making TikToks as opposed to the actual surgical procedure they were supposed to be focusing on. You'd probably have better luck getting your surgery done by some mysterious shady goober off the black market. You'd be risking your kidneys, but in a practice like this, you're risking your whole life here, because you might just die on the operating table because they're too busy focusing on hitting like a fat fucking Gangnam Style while you're under on the table. Really dated myself on that one because I couldn't think of any of the new dance trends, but you get what I'm saying. Now, like I mentioned, a lot of these do predate TikTok. This one in particular, this happened in 2017 through 2018. And it was posted to YouTube and Instagram. But this trend did persist all the way into TikTok, and I'm sure some of you have seen more recent headlines about some dancing doctors on TikTok that have also faced some repercussions for that, luckily. But this one is, I think, the most shocking one, because they are actually dancing around with pieces of the patient. So, the follow-up to this story is there was a lawsuit launched here, obviously, from former patients of this practice. There's numerous videos of Dr. Wendell Boutte here dancing as their patients are under, and as you've seen, even using them as, or parts of them, as props in the dancing. While she's operating, also dancing. The surgical assistants, everyone who even enters the room just gets hit with this fucking boogie virus and they just can't help but dance for the sake of these videos, all while they're supposed to be doing surgery. She faced numerous lawsuits, all of which I believe have resolved, and she's been ordered to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to the victims. She had her medical license suspended, but from what I can tell, it was only suspended for 2.5 years, which means she can legally practice medicine again in Georgia? I actually can't find a follow-up on that, but she wasn't permanently suspended, which I have to raise an eyebrow to. I don't know how this didn't become like a more criminal case where she'd face jail time. Like, I think it is super severe, especially when you look at some of these cases. So a patient named Silma Cornelius went into her practice, and she was only there for a couple of small things, but was eventually convinced to do bigger procedures, and eventually paid $11,284, and then also had another scheduled cosmetic procedure down the line. So she went back on February 18th of 2016 to return for that cosmetic procedure, and something went wrong. 8 hours into the surgery, after anesthesia was discontinued, and before her lower abdomen had been sutured, she went into cardiac arrest. Paramedics arrived at the scene and it took 30 minutes to close up her abdomen, and they had to carry her down the stairs because there wasn't an elevator big enough to accommodate a stretcher. And by the time she arrived at the medical center, she was in severe distress, unresponsive, and unable to breathe without a ventilator, and suffered a severe and debilitating catastrophic brain injury and left her reliant on a feeding tube and around-the-clock care. The quirky dancing doctor was legitimately ruining people's lives, disfiguring them permanently, and in this case, leaving a woman with permanent brain damage. Under no circumstances should she be allowed to practice again. It's not like this is just some kind of freak mistake that she made one time. She had dozens of videos doing this with many victims. Like, this isn't just some kind of whoopsie-daisy that someone makes, like, oh, how was I supposed to know that dancing during surgery and, parading around parts of the patients was a bad idea? Like, what do you mean? This is new information that nobody knew. Like, I couldn't have avoided this. This was truly inevitable. It's fucking ridiculous. I really think she got off very easy in this case. Yes, she was ordered to pay back hundreds of thousands of dollars to some of the victims, but she was also an extremely successful dermatologist. I don't think that hurt her very much. Like, she got off of this, in my opinion, very easy. Now, the anesthesiologist in that Cut It video you just saw also faced some legal problems as well, but he was actually cleared of malpractice last year. In that video I showed you with Cut It playing, Dr. Roland Pinkney was in there dancing as well. He was the anesthesiologist that day, and he was facing some legal issues here, but was ultimately deemed not liable in any way for what the victim had experienced. As a result of this, 100% of the fault was put once again on Wendell, and basically they were arguing that him dancing was not a breach of care. Like, the argument they made ultimately was that it was just him being less than professional, but him being unprofessional doesn't constitute breaching the medical standard of care that he needed to uphold. I have to firmly disagree here. I feel like anyone in that operating room should know that you shouldn't be filming fucking YouTube videos and TikTok dances while you are in the middle of a surgery. Now, in his defense, he was under the impression that the patient consented to having that kind of content made during the procedure. So it does get a little fishy there with exactly what he was aware of. That is a weird thing to consent to. I don't imagine there's many people out there that would be super happy to see themselves under the knife and having their doctors like dance around with their flesh. So that still seems a little odd to me, but ultimately he was found not in violation of that medical standard of care. It was no malpractice on his end was the verdict. But yeah, pretty fucked up situation that I just wanted to talk a little bit about because I dove into it pretty deep today. That's really about it. So yeah, I don't know you, but I know enough to guess with a high level of confidence that you've been angry before. Unless I got the Dalai Lama watching or something, I bet there have been moments in your life where you've been fuming, extremely angry. It's natural. It's normal. I mean, Jiminy Christmas, earlier today, I was angry. I was driving and a spider went across my windshield. And it was a rather large spider. This puppy was set to Wumbo. And I don't have arachnophobia or anything, but I don't like them. And I certainly don't like them on my windshield. So I pulled over and in my cup holder had a receipt. So I thought that'll be good enough. I'll just blast it with the receipt. And as I go to do that, it hits me with like a running back move. It hits me with like a double sidestep and then jumps on my arm. Then I fucking freak out and start like slapping my arm and screaming like a maniac. And I can't find the spider anymore. That makes me frown. It makes me angry. I'm sure there's plenty of things that have made you angry. But have you ever been so angry that you light a 1.2 million square foot warehouse on fire and will most likely spend many, many years behind bars for it and film the whole thing for Instagram? Probably not, I would say. Most likely no. But I did just hear of someone who did. And it is a fascinating story because the anger makes sense. Like the reason why this employee was angry, I think a lot of people can understand. But drastic measures like this did nothing except ruin his life.
should have paid us enough to fucking live. You know, we may not get paid enough to fucking live, but these bitches dirt cheap. All you had to do was pay us enough to live. All you had to do was pay us enough to fucking live. All you had to do was pay us enough to live. There goes your inventory.
This is a Kimberly-Clark warehouse that apparently served 50 million people. It was located in California, and a disgruntled 29-year-old employee filmed these videos, posted them on Instagram of him lighting it on fire, and it completely fucking torched it. It like incinerated this whole facility. Pretty fucking stupid plan. Extremely dangerous, could have easily killed people in the warehouse. The fire could have spread outside of the warehouse as well. It's California. California fires, like, that spreads a lot. This could have caused so much more damage, destruction, and death in this like raging inferno that he created here.
Again, thankfully, nobody was injured in that fire. No firefighters or none of the employees. They were all evacuated safely.
So, Nick, we should note you were just listening in on that news conference. That's why we couldn't go right to you. So this employee, a 29-year-old, did they say what he did there at that plant?
It's unclear exactly what he did. What we know is that they house lots of Kimberly-Clark products here. Again, this is a 1.2 million square foot warehouse here. So very large space filled with products. We know that they load the trucks up and distribute them. We don't know specifically what that man did.
I feel like we have some strong evidence to what that man did. He filmed it himself. I'm surprised it wasn't streamed on Kick. Like, this has become a very common phenomenon where people film or stream themselves committing crimes, in this case, arson. So he made it very clear what he was doing and why, the motive. He was upset with the pay, saying that all they had to do was pay him enough to fucking live, which is a very real problem, something I have yapped about for years, about how so many jobs right now in the country don't actually pay their employees a livable wage. And as things keep getting more and more expensive, it's not like the pay is being risen to try and help them, enable them to live. It is a huge problem. But the solution this guy cooked up in his noodle is not the optimal play, because now all he's going to do is land himself in jail. He's not going to be getting paid there. And on top of that, all of the workers at that warehouse, they are now out of work for who knows how long, and maybe they get canned because of it. I mean, this is a huge warehouse. This is going to take a long time to rebuild and get all that inventory and stuff back. Maybe they just start laying off employees that were working there. So now he has also ruined other people's income on top of that. So it's not exactly like the best plan that he's cooked up here, as shocking as that is to hear that arson didn't save the day. It is an issue. His anger is understandable, but this didn't do anything to solve it. It's not like that this company is all of a sudden going to have a come to Jesus moment like, oh, we didn't know that by underpaying our employees, it would make them frustrated. But now that an entire 1.2 million square foot warehouse been burnt down because of our folly, we will change our ways. We now see the light. Our third eye is open. Enlightenment. Time to raise everyone's pay. It's just not going to happen.
Do is pay us enough to live.
Chilling video posted online by the suspect appears to show the moment a massive warehouse fire was deliberately set.
All you had to do was pay us enough to live.
Investigators say the man behind the camera is 29-year-old Shamel Abdul Kareem.
He was believed to be an employee of Kimberly-Clark. However, it is confirmed that he is an employee of NFI Industries, the third-party distributor of Kimberly-Clark.
Officials say he had posted grievances online before igniting the Ontario, California warehouse on fire.
Now, I've actually seen people applauding this, saying that they need to start a GoFundMe ASAP so that way they can donate to him because he's a hero. He's standing up to capitalism. Finally, enough is enough. We need more of this across the country. That's fucking ridiculous. That's like actual dangerous, stupid brain. Like, people are saying, oh, wah, 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 crying over all this lost product from, billion-dollar corporation, that kind of thing. I don't know how people can be so, out of tune with reality. It's not even about, lost products or anything. It's about how easily people could have died in that, how it could have spread way beyond just that warehouse, and how this doesn't even really affect the company all that much. They have insurance. You know who this actually affects? Is the employees that are most likely going to be out of work here while this facility is out of commission and under maintenance, so they're going to be out income, and he just threw his whole life away for this, and it's not going to do anything to actually help people get a livable wage from this company or anything like that. It's just reckless, dangerous, jeopardizing tons of people's lives and safety and the area around him. This could have caused a huge fucking problem. Like I said, it's California. Wildfires spread wider than Kash Patel's butt cheeks. Like, in that area, this could have easily spiraled way out of control, way beyond just that warehouse as well. Like, this is just not something anyone should be like. Anyway, there is something other people have pointed out as like a very surprising element to the fire itself, that a warehouse of this size housing this much supply, apparently this accounts for like 3% of West Coast volume for toilet paper in particular, from what I was reading. I don't know if that's like confirmed or how true that is, but it is a huge facility that houses a lot of paper product. And one thing people were noting is that the fire suppression system didn't really do a whole lot to stop this. And I was doing a bit of digging because they definitely have a fire suppression system. I don't know if they like maintain it, like maybe it was malfunctioning. From what I read, it apparently was working, but because he started multiple fires in multiple locations, it just wasn't effective at stopping the spread. So that's how it was able to get so out of control. And also, apparently the alarms were working because they were able to get the employees out. So I do feel like the systems were functioning how they were supposed to. It's just must have started a lot of fires that overwhelmed whatever system they have there, or maybe they just don't have the best system there. I couldn't tell you, but I saw this earlier today, and I just had to yap about it. It was fucking crazy to see. And the fact that he filmed all of it, gathered his own evidence against himself, and freely posted online, that's become so common now. People love to film their own crimes, and this is probably like the biggest display of that I've seen so far. Anyway, that's really about it. See ya. I have definitive proof that there are just some people out there that thrive off arguing over nothing. Their body isn't powered by food or water. They don't need nutrients to survive. They just need fury of a nonsensical, worthless argument. It's like a plant with photosynthesis absorbing sunlight, but for them, it's absorbing anger.
I'm jogging, I'm trying to take my trash out.
Okay, and you can do that. I'm trying to go home. I just did work. Like, you don't need to swear at me because your dog, talk to your dog.
As a neighbor, you need to walk away.
As a neighbor, no, I don't. You should be able to control your dog.
Exit the door.
And I'm literally right here.
You're being weird. You need to exit the door.
Apparently right before filming, that woman's dog had like lunged at the lady filming or something like that. I don't think it was like aggressive or anything, but then the dog owner had a big ol' fucking conniption about the whole situation, and then it led to this.
You can go now.
I have a lot going on here. You need to be normal.
You need to be normal. You literally just told me to back the fuck up. I'm going to my home.
I have a dog.
Okay, and that's not how you speak to people. You could literally have said...
talking me.
No.
I'm
gonna send this to the office because this is ridiculous. I live here.
I am literally trying to go.
You can go.
Is he attacking you?
Did I say he was? You acted like he was gonna attack me. I said hi to him. He ran up on me.
I have 2 hands, buddy.
I love that she tried to play the I'm a woman card on a woman who's filming her. I don't know what the thought process was there. It's probably just one of her default tactics here, one of her ace in the hole type of maneuvers or anime finishing move with the I'm a woman, and it just clearly doesn't work in this situation. I can't fully even grasp what the fuck the problem is. The woman filming is doing nothing to impede the other lady's movement here. It's not like she's posted up like a bouncer to Lacrosse House asking who she knows and forbidding her from getting off the elevator or anything. She is inviting her to get off the elevator and go handle what she's gotta handle, take the trash out, do some whippets behind the dumpster of the apartment complex, whatever. And for some reason, this lady just keeps blocking the elevator for like 10 fucking minutes over nothing, just to sit here and screech.
Okay, and 2 hands.
And a door frame.
Okay, you can get there.
To understand
yes, and you started hollering at me and screaming at me, and now I'm recording.
I got a broken
Okay,
foot.
that's between you and your broken foot, ma'am.
Yeah, and then the legal office already knows that.
Okay, so you don't need to cuss at me. Okay, can you please go? I'm trying to go home.
You want me to go with the broken foot? What? You dumbass. There's stairs over there.
She tries to throw a pity party, but nobody shows up. Starts complaining about her broken foot in the wambulance with a side of French fries. She's already come down here with her goofy little broken foot, so clearly she's fine walking on it and has no issue standing on it for a long time blocking this elevator. So I imagine her plan was to walk and accomplish whatever business she's down here for, whatever her objective was. Like, I don't think she's here waiting for a stretcher to carry her there, so she's clearly already walking on that fucking fractured foot. Even though I guarantee that's a lie, I know her foot's not broken, she's just making shit up. I'm surprised she didn't go a little harder though and say some shit like her kids have been kidnapped and now the lady filming is going to be responsible for their death because she can't get the ransom money to the kidnapper or something.
Please hurry up. I'm literally just trying to go home.
You want to fucking start? Go to the stairs.
I'm going to send this to the office because this is unacceptable. I will.
This hurts. You understand how much this hurts?
And you would continue
I'm a military
going.
fucking woman.
Okay,
Get the
thank
fuck
you for
to
your
the stairs
assistance.
now. You did what floor are you on? What floor?
You don't
on?
need to know that.
You want to fucking? I swear to God, we'll do this.
Okay.
I'm a single ass woman who provides for herself, and I would like to respect you, but you.
She's just diarrheaing every single... Hello there. You upset about that woman as well? I know. She's just vomiting out all of these useless platitudes. I'm a single-ass woman who provides for herself. What does that have to do with you blocking the elevator? Nothing. And I can't believe you're single. I don't understand what went awry there. I can't believe every man in the city isn't pursuing this absolute angel. That's weird. I also highly doubt that she actually did serve in the military. That just seems like yet another lie. So fucking stolen valor on top of that, most likely. And even still, that has nothing to do with you refusing to get off the elevator. That's the crazy thing. That is the wild thing. Her whole objective is off the elevator, which she can easily do, but refuses to out of just the principle and the love of the argument. Now, I know a lot of you are probably saying, why doesn't the woman filming just take the stairs and put an end to this madness? Just be the bigger person. Well, because fuck that. Patooey. That's a bunch of baloney. At this point, stay there, and if her foot really is broken, make sure that it is agonizing by the end of it, that shit swells up and doesn't heal properly. This lady is a piece of shit. I don't think the woman filming is in the wrong here for sticking around out of just sheer pettiness is the wrong word because it's not petty. She wants to go home and she might live on like a high floor in this complex and doesn't want to take the stairs, which is totally reasonable, especially after a long day of work. I think that's totally fine. This woman has no reason at all to be blocking the elevator for this long and refusing to let her go home. So, her taking the stairs is admitting defeat, and she shouldn't have to admit defeat in the face of such a fucking weak, useless opponent like this lady.
You didn't respect me as soon as you got off the elevator and told me to back the fuck up.
Dude, we're not doing this.
Okay.
You already know what you did.
Didn't do anything, but I'm definitely gonna record because this is ridiculous.
Yeah, you are recording. I'm aware of
Okay,
that.
I'm just letting you know that I'm sending this to the office.
You can wait all night.
You're the one
I
who's
served my country. What the fuck have you done?
All right. Thank you for your service, ma'am.
Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, we'll do this. We'll do this all night.
You're the one complaining.
Technology? Yeah. Christ, those logistics.
Her brain's really starting to malfunction now. That double core brain cell really starting to fall short here with a bit of a hiccup. She just starts humbugging technology. You and your technology, meh. Just mad that technology exists now because she's being filmed like Sasquatch. She's just getting real upset. Oh, you bitch! How could you fucking film me? I know you're filming, you bitch. Technology. Ugh. Also, I don't want to overlook that little zinger she slid in there about her service to the country. So she says, like, I served our country. What the fuck have you done? And it is eerily similar to an iconic speech from a legend from that viral trumpet fight video from a few years ago. You know the one I'm talking about, where like that goblin guy comes up and gets really upset because someone is playing the trumpet poorly. So he walks up to him and he's like, why are you disrupting the peace with this filth, this trash? I played the trumpet for 80 years. Who the fuck are you? I was first chair Los Angeles Philharmonics back when we still only had black and white television. Who the fuck are you? I played the trumpet on the night of Abraham Lincoln's assassination. Who the fuck are you? You know who I'm talking about. It's an iconic moment, and for a brief second here, this lady in the elevator was channeling some of his energy, and I appreciated the callback.
This foot is actually fractured. I swear to God.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for you, but the way you just disrespected me for no reason.
You're a piece. This is not happening.
I literally was just trying to go home. I literally got off of a long shift. I'm trying to go home.
Stairs. I have a fractured foot. Common sense.
Walk up.
It was around this moment where I was just completely lost and gave up hope of trying to even have a minuscule grasp of the situation. So it seems like the lady is now wanting to go up the elevator. So at first I thought she just wanted to go take the trash out and shit, but now it seems like they both wanted to go up the elevator, but the lady on the elevator told her to get off and take the stairs instead. Actually just making this whole problem out of thin air. All of this hoopla over nothing. And I guess the dog may have like approached the woman filming, which then caused the dog owner to freak out as if the person filming did something wrong because the dog came up to her. Like that's now my understanding of it, though I think that could still be totally incorrect because none of this makes sense. The plot here is totally fucking lost. It's all nonsensical. I also like how she keeps going on about her broken foot, saying that it's common sense that someone with a fractured foot wants to use the elevator, so you should use the stairs. I don't even know where to start with that pile of shit statement. You're not wearing a boot or a cast or anything on it. It's not like it's immediately identifiable that you're injured, which I just don't think you are to begin with. You're just pulling things out of your ass. But regardless, how does that track? Like, how does that logic track? If your foot is broken or fractured and you use the elevator, why does that now prevent everyone else from using the elevator as well? It's not like you need the whole fucking elevator. You don't take up all that space.
How am I supposed to know that there's a person with a fractured foot getting on the elevator?
Exit signs all over here. Is your analysis
All I was trying to do was get on the elevator. You told me to back the fuck up. So I'm just confused. I'm definitely bringing this to the office because this is unacceptable. I should not be being treated this way in a place that I live by someone else who lives here too.
This lady's brain is trapped in Narnia. What are you talking about? What do the exit signs have to do with fucking anything about your stupid little boo-boo on your foot? Nothing! It has nothing to do with it! Jesus Christ! She is trying to find every possible thing to argue about because it is the only excitement she gets in her life. It's the only thing that keeps her going.
Can you move out of my way? And you started attacking me.
Are you serious? I really hope there's a camera here.
I am serious.
Oh my goodness.
What you're doing.
I'm glad there's stamps on this.
I already called them. I called them about it because there has been men who have been banging on my door.
That has nothing to do with me, ma'am.
I know, but I asked them for surveillance. Can you, because my door is up there. Men have been banging on my door and I've opened it.
And I'm sorry that that's happening to you, but I didn't do that. I didn't do that to you.
Psychosis. This has to be a psychotic episode here. What the fuck does men banging on your door have to do with anything here? Because she's using it to point out like there's security cameras or something? I don't know. I also, maybe there are men banging on her door playing Ding Dong Ditch on the creepy witch lady that lives in the apartment like the fucking ghost that haunts the halls. Maybe, I guess, but even still that has nothing to do with anything here.
Can I please get home? I'm just trying to go home. It's been a long day.
Walk up the stairs.
You can walk out. I'm not taking up any of your space or time. You have all the space in the world. Please go.
I'm a government agent.
That's okay.
The stairs now.
No, I don't need to.
You do.
Now the narrative shifts again where it's her wanting to get out but refusing to get out because this lady wants to get in. And once again, the camera lady mentions she has all the space in the world to just get the fuck off the elevator. She could just go. Take literally 3 steps and be done with this whole thing. But now she tries like, I'm a government agent card and you need to go up the stairs. You're under arrest. Give me your badge and your gun. You're off the case. Get up the stairs now. Jesus Christ. It's so weird that people like her exist.
I don't. You need to get off the medication that you're on. Can you please go?
I am on 0 medication right now.
Okay, then put down the drink, please. Can you go?
There's no drink. What drink are you talking about?
The one that you drank before you got on the elevator. Your dog must want to go to the bathroom. You have trash to take out. Okay, you're not though.
I swear to God. Are we doing this?
Can you back up off of me? Because if you put your hands on me, I'm going to call the police on you.
Go on the stairs.
I'm trying to go.
That was a horror movie approach right there. She had that just shit her britches walk cycle coming at her, waddling up, getting right in her face. I really half expected her to dislocate her jaw and scream for a jump scare. That was some terrifying shit. Maybe her foot really is broken. And if that's the case, I'm glad that she's continuing to put so much pressure on it to make it worse. That is fantastic news here. Incredible strategy. She mentions that she's not on medication, but I think it's time they start exploring that option because there is something that's gone untreated here. This is not normal. This is not healthy. Or maybe the lady filming is correct in that she's just been hitting the alcohol hard and she's had a couple drinks already. Or maybe she took a stupid potion with breakfast. There's really so many possible explanations, but none of them excuse any of the behavior here.
Please back up.
I'm a government.
I do not care, but if you put your hands on me, I'm going to call the police. Can you see this? Do you see this? I just want somebody to. I'm just trying to get on the elevator.
She's crazy. There's stairs.
I'm gonna call the police if you do not
three
stop.
Stairs in
If
this
you
place,
try
and
to
my
barricade
shit's
me,
over there.
I'm going to call the police.
Yeah,
I'm going to call the police.
Nobody's confused on how the elevator works. We're all just confused on why you're such an insufferable little asshole here. Just get off the elevator. Just get off the elevator. Go put the trash in the fucking dumpster. Oh my god. It goes on for so long. It just goes on for such an agonizingly long time period here. It takes like half the afternoon just with this random encounter NPC. It's fucking... like, I'm getting upset for her just having to watch it. It is the most annoying video I've seen in so long.
This is bad. This is really bad. This is super fucking bad.
You're causing a disturbance. We live here. Everybody lives here.
This is bad.
I'm just trying to go home. Thank you.
You're not going in there.
Yes, I am. And if you touch me, I'm going to call the police on you.
No. You want to go war?
All right. Well, I'm calling the police now.
Stay there.
Okay. I'm going to call the police now.
It's like when you try and leave Kakiri Forest in Ocarina of Time and that guy's like preventing you, just stopping you at all times. Even when you think you have the angle and you make a run for it and he stops you yet again. That's what just happened at the end there. The lady finally abandoned her post for a brief second, but then right when the lady tries to finally get on the elevator and go home, she storms over with her broken, useless foot and says, nope, and puts the kibosh on it. For no reason, again. Again. She just really doesn't want her getting on that elevator. And there's no explanation as to why. And then she eventually takes the elevator up and we don't see her again. So I guess her objective was to go up the entire time, which she could have done from the start. Even if her objective was to get off the elevator, she could have done it from the start. None of this had to happen. This is just one of those repulsive people that love to argue and make an issue out of nothing and cause an inconvenience to everyone around them. It's fucking sad. It's just downright pathetic. So yeah, that's about it. See ya. This video is blowing up on Twitter right now because it is just absurd. It's going to make a lot of people rightfully upset knowing that this is a cop and he almost executed a man over mistaking the sound of an acorn falling for a gunshot. So in a nutshell, what happened is officers arrived at the scene, they take a person, put them in the back of their vehicle, and as one of the officers walks by him, patrolling like an NPC out of fucking 007 GoldenEye, he hears a noise, and this noise startles him. It's like a dog on 4th of July hearing a firework in the distance, and he panics, freaks out, and does a double combat roll true combo. This man was looking for iframes, and it turns out that sound he heard that he mistook for a gunshot was the sound of an acorn hitting the top of his patrol car.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
You can't even hear anything in the body cam footage. I don't even hear an acorn falling. This guy must have the most sensitive ears of all time. This guy can fucking hear the future, I guess, or something. So he hears an acorn fall somehow, and then he immediately does this like combat roll action movie stunt and unloads, just mag dumps into his patrol car with that individual inside. Now, luckily, the individual wasn't killed during this panic. because this skittish douchebag has stormtrooper aim, luckily. So he gets to live to see another day. An acorn almost fucking sent him to the grave.
Ah! I'm hit! What? I'm hit! In the car! I was shot through the car! Oh!
The officer's fighting ghosts. He is actually fighting his own imagination right now. He thinks he got shot. There was no shooting, it was a fucking acorn. The only thing shot is this man's brain. It is rotted from the inside out. He's like, I've been shot! And then he goes, like he's doing the fucking Murloc sound effect from Hearthstone. It's all make-believe. Fucking SpongeBob and Patrick in their box couldn't drum up an imagination like this. But there's a very real person in harm's way that he is shooting at over nothing. So he's lying on the ground. I've been hit! Fucking continuing to pump lead into this vehicle on this guy who has done nothing to shoot at the officer or put the officer in harm's way. It's infuriating to watch. What kind of training did this officer go through? Because there's no way he should have ever been cleared for duty if he is this frightened by his own shadow. Then he starts like Rugrats Tommy Pickles crawling away, going like, oh no, you know, really going through it, thinking he's been shot. I gotta see my family again, not like this. I won't go out like this. Not when my country's in danger. I'm gonna protect all of us. And he just crawls away. It's so fucking pathetic because it was an acorn that fell. Like, I don't know how you can be this delusional, dangerously delusional. Someone almost died from it.
I'm good. I feel weird, but I'm good.
Yeah, goober, you feel weird because you drank a stupid potion at some point. This man's on the moron juice, thinking that he got shot. All because he heard the sound of an acorn falling. The reason you feel weird is probably because you're experiencing psychosis, is what's going on. Like, I don't like to use the word hero often, but I mean, look at the valor displayed by this individual here, huh? Yeah, this man deserves a Purple Heart, taking a shot in the line of duty and still returning fire. I promise you, my friends, that squirrel that dropped the acorn will never make that mistake again. It'll think twice about dropping acorns in the future. Look at the ramifications here, the consequences of your actions. This man waged war on the squirrels and came up victorious. Fucking champion. A patriot, even. Now, I want to show you this from the other officer's point of view. Unfortunately, you don't get to see a super cool combat roll, but I still want you to see what it looks like from a distance. Actually, before I do that, I want to show you my, stream reaction to it, because I learned about it on stream last night. And I didn't show the shooting on stream, because I didn't know how YouTube would respond to that being on a live stream. But anyway, I still want to put this out there, and then I'll show you the other officer's perspective.
Shots fired!
Okay, this, I can show at least the first part of this. No fucking way. Officer Danger over here, Officer Action goes crazy.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
The double combat roll combo. I mean, you don't often see that maneuver. That man was hitting some Dark Souls rolls there. All because he heard an acorn fall on his car. And I couldn't even hear the acorn still. Buffered the second roll. Oh no, no, no.
What? I'm not. In the car! In the car! Oh! I'm good. I feel weird, but I'm good.
So, yeah, I definitely can't pull it up because they start shooting at that car. Luckily, no one gets hurt, but it looks like he thinks he got hit because he hit his knee on the concrete, from what I can tell. And then he just hits us with, the Zoidberg. He goes, like a fucking, Hearthstone sound effect. He doesn't get shot. They sound like they've never used a gun before. But it looks like it too. But I mean, you know he's been practicing that combat role. That shit was textbook. This video was from November. The cop who dodge rolled was fired. Really? They actually... That's pretty rare. I guess it was so cringe they're like, shit, we can't keep you around. Absolutely not. So now that you got to see it firsthand, hardcore Henry style, let's go ahead and see what this FPS game looks like from the outside. Let's see what the other officer got to witness.
What? Where? Right there? Jesse, are you okay? Get in the house! Get in the house! Jesse! Get back! Where is he? In the car!
I love the way that he crawls away, just scurries away like a cockroach, and the way that he, like, pretend gets shot. It reminds me of when you're a kid playing with your friends and you're just doing, like, imaginary cops and robbers. You're like, bang, 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 and then someone has to pretend they got shot. Like, ooh, ah. That's exactly what happens there, where the officer's just, like, kneeling down, bang, 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 oh! And then, like, capsizes and falls over on the road there. And then he just starts crawling away. Oh, good lord. That's so frustrating to know that there's an officer out there, or was an officer out there like this, who can somehow hear an acorn fall and be like, shit, we're in a battleground, it's popping off, everyone, shoot at my car, quick, kill him. And I just have to wonder, what do you even do when the dust settles and you realize, oh, that guy in the car never had a gun, never shot back. Oh, wait. Oh, buddy, I'm so sorry. It looks like it was an acorn that hit the cop car. I'm so sorry we shot at you for fucking 19 bullets in a row. Yeah, what a whoops-a-daisy moment. Oh my god. Sometimes I'm just so silly. Anyway, let's head to the station. Also, we're going to add an extra charge there for putting me into a state of frenzy. That's going to be on you. If we didn't have to get called out here in the first place, I wouldn't have had to hear an acorn fall and freak out, so that's going to be an additional charge. Like, what do you even do from there? There's nothing you can do from there. You almost killed this guy because you have superhuman hearing and thought for some reason an acorn was a threat to your life. I love this section too. Interviewed after the incident by Michael Hogan, an investigator, the deputy said he definitely heard a suppressed weapon firing. I felt an impact on my right side, like upper torso area. My legs just give out, he claimed. When shown images from his body cam footage of the acorn hitting his car, Mr. Hernandez asked, Acorn? And Mr. Hogan confirmed, Acorn. It's like a fucking skit out of a cartoon, except it's real life and almost cost someone their life. Almost just killed this guy over this fucking weirdo thinking an acorn was a suppressed weapon. Questioned if he could have mistaken the sound of an acorn for gunfire, he answered, what I heard sounded what I think would be louder than an acorn hitting the roof of the car. But there's obviously an acorn hitting the roof of the car. Oh my god. What the fuck? There's gotta be some better training. There's gotta be, right? Like, is this like a course they're gonna have to take now? Like, distinguishing gunshots from acorn sounds? Like, ambient noise and the difference between gunshots and that? Like, it's wild to me that we almost had someone die because a fucking acorn fell on the car that they were in. Scary stuff. Mr. Hernandez did resign, which is good, no longer an officer. Hopefully never will be again. Hopefully won't ever have a firearm to their name again because they are not safe with one, clearly, if they're willing to just discharge it upon hearing an acorn. But yeah, I just had to share this a bit because, man, that is some silly shit right there. Luckily, the individual in the car was not killed from it. So, yeah, that's really about it. See ya. This one? Never mind, it's pretty fucking cool. How does a mistake like this even happen?
And it's like super hot too.
This guy is gonna pull his fucking face out of there and he's gonna look like Red Skull from the Avengers. Come on! We can fucking do this! Is there just a fireman on the other side of that wall shooting a hose through and hitting him with it? That should help. Is that the end? Oh god! How is this happening? Oh lord, it's coming in again! Like a fucking submarine malfunction. You can do this! It's like when you hit a fire hydrant in GTA. Just turn the water off. Is this even a plumber? Is this just like your neighbor who said he can fix it? Even I know how to handle this. Come on! Here we are, we're back in the helm. Grandma's got the old wet vac out. That ought to fix it. Alright, it looks like we finally got her under control, I think. But you can never be... It's steaming. The water is so hot, it is fucking steaming. That guy is not getting out without third-degree burns. And even worse, it's being filmed. So he's getting burned and losing his job soon. Fucking rough. He is actually just getting reduced to ash in there. He's being cremated by this sink. Looks like we finally got it, though. Alright, now that we've boiled half the bathroom, looks like we're finally good. Nope. Spoke too soon? Every step she takes makes like a puddle of water blast out from her footsteps. Jesus Christ. It's like a Naruto running across. Oh god! Get out of there quick! You're in the danger zone! No! The rivers of hell have been unleashed again! Damn you! Quick! Grandma, get in there with the vacuum! Christ! We got a code red! Holy shit! Oh no!
They need to cut the water off.
Let's get another vacuum in here. Two's better than one. And maybe another plumber. Because a real plumber is better than whoever this guy is. Jesus fucking Christ. It's like a ride at Universal. Oh god. Oh, the apartment's already lost. Just collect your things and leave. It's over. It belongs to the sink now. Oh, here we go. He's got a big bucket. That'll fix it. Let's go. The reinforcements have arrived. The special tools are here. If we can catch all of the water, we'll win. It's a war of attrition. We'll just catch more water than it puts out. It's easy.
Are you calling the police or something?
What do you mean, what are the police supposed to do? I'd call the police in this situation too, like help. A fucking plumber is assaulting me with my own sink. Yeah, I can still hear it spraying.
It's still going.
This guy's gonna fucking drown. He's gonna literally dry drown pretty soon. Oh my fucking god. It's not even connected to the water supply of the apartment building. This is coming straight from the ocean floor. That guy is getting cooked. By the time he finally leaves the bathroom, he's actually just gonna look like Larry the Lobster from SpongeBob. Oh, Jesus Christ. How is that even happening? Did we beat it? Is the boss battle over? Man. Water levels are always the worst, am I right? Jesus Christ. What a disaster. Oh, good idea. Reroute the water into the toilet. Now maybe if we're lucky, we can overflow the septic tank and have it shooting shit water throughout the apartment too. Yes. Oh fuck! Oh god, Jesus! Lord! We're back for more!
This whole fucking bedroom is fucking ruined.
Yeah, I'd say so. It is definitely ruined. You pissed off Aquaman, and he's not taking it easy here today.
Fucking shit.
Oh, it's the calm before the storm. I have a feeling it's coming back.
Fucking stairs.
When you turn it on and to turn it off, they charge $150.
Fucking, what the hell is this shit? This is worth fucking thousands.
Yeah, that was a really dumb argument. I'm not turning the water off because it's $100. Meanwhile, the whole apartment is ruined. Oh god, it's... It's even more aggressive now. You pissed it off in phase 6 of the fight. Jesus Christ.
Entire room.
That man is getting pressure washed right in his goddamn mouth. I at least respect that he hasn't just given up. If it was me, I would have just left. I would have just walked out and been like, I fucking retire, I'm done, good luck. I would have just fucking busted the sink and leave. Oh man, that is a disaster in there. Looks like I think we've finally beaten it. Hey, at least we've stopped it before it caused any major damage. We got ahead of this one. It could have been a lot worse. Good work, team. Fuck yeah. Textbook. I'm thinking maybe like a 3-star review on the plumber's services, maybe? No, the plumber, I don't think it was the plumber's fault. It must have just been something with the pipes. The plumber did everything he needed to. Everything by the book. The apartment complex requires a $150 fee to be paid every 30 minutes the water is turned off. Holy shit. So it's entirely the landlord's fault and obviously the plumber. Wilmer, confident in his abilities and armed with his trusty 5-gallon bucket, knows that he will always get her return business if he pulls this off. He gets underneath the sink and unleashes a 90 psi torrent of steaming hot water. Hey, if anyone can handle 90 psi's of boiling water, it's fucking Wilmer. Wilmer ain't got no problem with that. His skin is made out of steel, goddammit. For all the morons who complain that I should have put down the camera and helped this waterlogged jackass, I chose not to help for liability's sake and instead document the incident. Absolutely the right call. I know for a fact, and it's probably not like this now, but I guarantee a lot of people are like, why the fuck didn't you help? Like as if he's supposed to do something. What he's supposed to do? Start doing like water bending techniques to put it back in the wall? Like there's not a whole lot of wiggle room for two people to be handling the same glory hole down there under the sink. So him filming is absolutely the best call. Plus, then if he helped and it still did this, he would then be liable for some of the damage, I imagine. No doubt. He made the right call for sure.